So shall we start?
Yes, please.
Okay. So as discussed in the last meeting, we have created issues and backlog for switching between different versions of engine. So since our priority is for the May release, so we have put it in the backlog and we'll pick it up in the future sprints. And we would like to discuss about the tags in the meeting, and also about device request. And one other pressing issue with the team is like we have more regression bugs in every sprints. So we would like to address that to you, and we would like to have a root cause analysis, and we need to find a way to reduce the bugs in the future sprints. And as we are nearing our release, so we should ensure to have zero bugs, right? So it's time that
Mm,
we need to focus on that too.
Yeah,
So
I
these
mean,
are,
okay. Okay. What else?
yeah, that's it. That's the basic agenda for this call, Manik.
Okay, before we get into that, I just want to ask one more question. Around the APIs that you're using, is there any PEF API or PEP or PEF, whatever it is called, API that you're using without Epigee? Guys?
Mike, only the manifest you're not getting it through Apigi, and
Yeah,
the other one would
Manifest is not a PEF API, right? I'm asking any PEF API that you are using without Epigee.
languages we are not getting it through Apigi right now.
Okay. So there was a time when we did some direct integration. We have moved all of that over to Epigee, yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Kalpana,
No, Manik.
start with it.
Manik, your voice.
In the mail I have mentioned, right? Manik, am I audible?
You are. Was my voice dropping or was Ram Kumar's voice dropping?
It's fine now, Manik.
Okay.
Your voice is dropping, Manik. Your voice is clear.
Okay.
The product images were loading right inside the app, so that images are coming from PEF. That is service.
Guys, is it me or like I can't hear anything?
Me too. I can't hear anything.
Okay, so probably Ram's
Yes,
connection.
Ram
He's just
joined
speaking.
again in the call.
Yes, Ram. Ram, are you there?
Ram, you're on mute.
Yes.
I see
Sorry,
Ram
man.
breaking.
Yeah. Yeah. Am I audible?
No, Ram, your voice is very much breaking.
Hello. Am I audible?
Or can anyone else?
No, I
Hello.
can't hear. Yeah, Ram, your connection is really bad. I'm not sure. Can anyone else speak?
Am I audible now?
No, not really.
No, Ram.
Manik, I think what he's trying to tell is there are icons displayed for each product. So those images are all being fetched directly through PEF. I think that's what he's trying to say.
How are you deciding the URLs for those icons?
It comes in the JSON.
Is it a fully formatted URL or are you appending something to construct a URL?
I'm not sure, Manik. I think Ram would be good best to answer.
Ram, are you back now?
Hello. Yeah, am I audible now, Kalpana?
Yes, Ram, please continue.
Hello.
Ram, please continue.
Okay, am I
I
audible
think
now?
that's the only thing that we can hear.
Hello.
Ram, can you please try connecting back?
Or can you just message what you're trying to say?
Okay, we can return to this thing. Let's move on with the remainder of the agenda.
Okay, we will cover up the device request now.
Yeah.
So, Manik, we really haven't tried with Perfecto yet. So we thought, and also we have the WSC teams here. So for now, device sharing would not be much of a problem. So we will use that opportunity and as well as the Perfecto and get back to you on that. Would that
Okay.
be the plan?
Yeah, that's okay. See, with the iPhone X and iPhone 8 Plus and etc., those are really expensive devices. I know that we have. So currently, I'm running 4 teams in Chennai. Your team, the Reader Plus, the Pulse, and then there is a new team, Parent App, and there's going to be another team for something very different. And
Okay.
they all need devices as well. So I can't purchase 5 or 6 iPhone X's. They are very expensive devices. But the problem here is that there has to be a specific customer need which needs to be checked again and again, and it needs to facilitate development. From as much as I've gathered, the simulators are a good reflection of the actual devices. So if the dev team is telling me that here are a few things which don't work on the simulator and only work on physical device, then I can use that as an argument to budget for an actual device. That
Okay.
is what I need from you. Otherwise, I will ask you to either rely on simulators or buy not so expensive devices like iPhone 6, iPhone 7, or even iPods if necessary.
Okay, Manik.
Yeah.
So yeah.
As like in the iPhone X, you have those ears on top of the device where you have to add something special to the application. You can have Pulse, you can test that on the simulator. I've checked. We did the same thing on Pulse as well. So for those kind of things, I don't think we need a device. Not trying to say that like I would love to have new devices ourselves as well, but at the same time, there are only so many devices we can order, and iPhone X is really expensive. Same
Okay.
thing goes for iPad Pro. I think iPad Mini or regular iPads, they serve just the right purpose. If we have specific need for a higher end device, you need to say that, and not because we found one bug, yeah, which could have been resolved by a simulator. Once you come across something that, Manik, these are like for Android, example Android, right?
Yeah.
Physical devices are very different from simulators. So many things you can do on the simulator. That makes a lot of sense. Without it, we can't proceed. But on the iOS side, the dev team needs to see if we can proceed with a simulator or to use another device. And if and if we still run across that all these things just don't work, then we can go ahead and order a device of that in that price range for you.
Okay, Manik. So, team, are you okay with this?
Yes, Raghu. Yes.
Okay.
And then you said you have some existing devices. What do you have right now?
Yeah, we have 4, 4S, 5, 6 plus.
No, 5S,
No,
6S.
it's a 6S Kalpana, not a 6 plus.
Oh, sorry, 6S.
Yes, I don't think 6 had a plus. It was 7 that came with the plus first time. iPad Air, iPad Mini. Yeah, 4S probably you can return and we can replace that with a 6S or a 7 or 7 plus. We can talk about those. That's not a problem.
Yeah,
The
we are.
4S is useless. I don't think anybody's using 4S anymore.
Yes, Manik. We are ready to return 2 devices, 4S and 5.
Okay.
So
4S and 5, 2 devices will come back, and then you're asking for 8 plus, 7 plus. So, what is the need for an 8 plus or a 7 plus or a X device then? So, if I was to share my screen with you, this is what I'm seeing, right? So, here's what you're writing, the black bars at the top, at the bottom. Now, is this something that we can't check on the simulator? And you need a physical device?
We could check this on the simulator now.
Okay. So stay with that. Things that you can do with the simulator, please do. But when you come across things that cannot be done with simulators, then please then raise a request. Since you are working with very old devices, I'm gonna send a note to Ashish to see if we can sanction at least one of the modern devices for you any which way. But in the meanwhile, as much as you can solve by the simulator, please do.
Manik.
Kalpana, what is your process for purchasing these devices?
Um, so for right now, the process followed is like I said, we have an IT head. I mean, here in Chennai office, Vijay Arusan. So he will take care of procuring the devices. Once we get the approvals, necessary approvals, one from your end and one from the PO, he can push up the procurement money.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let me talk to Ashish and I'll.
Okay, Manik. So the other thing we would like to discuss is about the regression bugs that we are facing at the end of each sprint. So we do unit test for each issues, and also the functional testing is being done by the QAs. And when we integrate and we provide a build and do a regression test, we could find a lot of bugs. So which is kind of a blocker for the next sprint planning and also the future development. We end up with a lot of bugs, and for the next sprint, we had to correct those bugs. So more time is being spent on fixing the bugs. So is there a way to improvise?
No,
So
you tell me. Isn't that something that the dev team should say? Not sure what you want me to say about that.
yeah, like I would like to discuss it here along with you.
Okay, so why are we facing so many issues in regression? What's going on?
Manik, am I audible now?
Yes,
You're
yes.
audible now, yes?
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry for that. Manik, actually, we have integrated some more big features at the last. Actually, it was sudden. So while merging this, we are getting some more issues actually. So maybe in the upcoming builds, we'll try to resolve that issues because the regression issues are stepping down. That is bugs. Number of bugs are stepping down actually. Maybe we'll fix it more.
Okay, but then are you not spending time in dev testing?
Um, Maybe one of the reason, but so now comparatively, we are doing that right now. That's all.
Okay, so dev testing is not good to have. It's not optional. It's mandatory. Yeah.
No, no.
So
Dev testing we are doing. Sorry, dev testing, unit testing, and DevBox testing we are doing at this stage. But maybe we are missing some things actually. So that will be the reason. Maybe maybe we are not thinking like this scenario will won't occur like that. So
Do you
that
have
will be
any
the
level of
problem maybe.
automation in the project? We didn't
unit
get a
testing.
response.
Ram, are you talking? We couldn't hear.
No, Elil, you told something right?
Manik, do you mean automation and testing or something else?
Automation of testing.
No, Manik, we don't have in now right now. All manual testing only.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure. Like, I shouldn't need to tell you how that dev teams are expected to give bug-free builds. Having less number of bugs doesn't mean it's good situation, especially regression, right? Because you know the feature set. If it is a new feature and you don't know the use case, then I understand. But if use case has been defined, JIRAs are clear, requirements are well understood, and it's been a feature that you have used and tested before, then it's a miss on the dev team side. It's not. QA team is good to have in that situation. But it is dev team's responsibility.
Yes, Manik, we'll sure will not get any more such scenarios in future. We'll improve.
Okay, Kalpana, you're bringing it up here. Is it? I'm hoping it's not because you're not getting local support from the team, but rather you just wanted to bring to my attention, I guess.
Yes, yes, Manik. Because even David was concerned about this in today's Scrum as well, because we are nearing our release. So initially we had this issue, and we took up the refactoring stories for a while, and we hoped to have the regression bugs low, but still it persists. So it's kind of a concern right now. So thought of bringing up to your notice.
Okay. Is it something that you guys have a handle on?
Yes, Manik. For most of the cases, we know what has actually happened. What is the reason actually? So we'll cover those up in the next sprint.
Sorry, I missed the last part.
Actually, we know we actually found the reasons for what causes such scenarios. So we'll cover those up in the next sprint and
Okay, so maybe
provide a
maybe one of the things you want to do is the dev team wants to spend a little bit more time going through the code base and testing scenarios before passing it to the QA team.
yes.
Okay, so let's check up again on this next week, Kalpana, and see
Okay.
if things are improving and how rapidly they are. But in the end, like, yeah, I mean, it's not okay to be not doing dev testing. It's not. I know that Pulse team is facing this right now, where on the last day we are discovering changes, and now they have to work the weekend to fix them. So if the release date has been committed so far ahead of time, you are under obligation to deliver that on schedule.
Yes, Manik.
Okay. All right. Leave it at that one.
Okay, Ram,
Yeah.
can you discuss your part now?
Uh, which one?
The
That
content ID, yeah.
okay. Maha.
Maha.
Yes, Kalpana, I'll continue.
Okay, thanks.
Manik, regarding the tag, actually, we are using the tag for checking whether if the user scans, we'll get only which unit ID, lesson ID, and content ID. In the content ID part, we are getting only as startup level 1. We were using the tag from the manifest file, so that we'll come to know that the user has can startup level 1, and we'll use that part of ID to fetch the JSONs.
No idea.
Manik,
Is there a way
I'm
for
here.
you? No, you're not. Is there a way for you to put some data in front of the screen so I can see what you're talking
Yes,
about?
yes, Manik. I'll share my screen. Is my screen visible, Manik?
Mm-hmm.
Manik, this is the URL which we are used to scan for redirecting to the lessons.
Okay.
And here, from here, we'll get launch as whether it will say it is a lesson or a activity. And in the content ID, we are just getting a startup level 1.
Okay.
Another thing is unit ID and the lesson ID. If the user has launched the app, and if he directly goes to the scan tab and scan this code, we'll get only the content ID, unit ID, and lesson ID. We will be not able to know which level the user has scanned, from the which
What does that mean?
from the which product, which level the user has scanned, so that we'll be able to fetch the content of particular level. So we use startup level 1. This content ID, we are getting startup level 1 as
Show me your
already.
show me your manifest file.
This is the manifest file, previous manifest file, Manik.
No, I want to see the current manifest file.
Current manifest file. Ram, could you share me the current manifest file? Ram?
Just
Why
a
do
minute,
you?
Maha. I'm just sharing.
Okay.
Okay.
Open that in a new tab.
This is the actually Manik, for testing purpose. David has updated the current manifest file as like this, but previously it was as just level 1.
So then what? So you started removing hyphens? That's what you started doing then?
Uh, yes, Manik.
Why?
Manik, other than we won't have any other options to check which level the user has scanned,
So
which
then, but
product, which level.
then why hack? I don't
Uh,
understand. What? Where? Okay. So ignore the manifest file for a second,
okay.
right? Let's say that that does not exist. What does that content ID refer to?
Content ID. Content ID says just as this startup level 1.
No, no. I know what it says, but what is it?
Okay.
I can read it right on your screen, but
Okay.
what is it? Let's say it said
Uh,
ABCD 1 2 3 4. What does it mean?
Okay.
Don't open the manifest file.
Yeah.
okay.
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 Mani, to fetch the content of the particular product, we need to put that content ID inside that endpoint. Then only we'll
Sorry,
get that.
boss. I need you to put it on the screen for me, yeah? Because
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with how your if it was Pulse, then I can work with hypothetical information like this
Yeah.
because I
Just a
know the
minute.
code inside out.
This ID.
Hold on. No, no, no. I don't want you to show me the manifest file, please. Don't show me the
Uh,
manifest file.
no, Manik. This is the content
Let's.
ID.
I believe you. I'm saying manifest file does not exist.
Okay. Let me share
Okay.
my screen, Maha.
Okay. I'll stop sharing now.
No, keep your screen up. We'll come back to your screen, yeah? Just keep it up.
Okay.
So is my screen visible, David?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And here, see, this is the query. And here you can see that, right, Mani? This is the PG call. And here you see this startup level 1. This content ID we need to just integrate with this endpoint, then we'll get those JSON content. So for that only we are using this content ID.
Okay, so then you have this is content ID, right?
Yeah, for fetching this content ID, we have a separate endpoints in PEP dashboard. That is PEP.
That doesn't mean anything. Hold on. What is this doing? This is saying blah 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 content node startup level 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So then why do you need the manifest file at all? Why can't you just call this? You
Uh,
already, barcode gave you startup level one, so why can't you use this? Just call this API, no?
no, Monique. Inside startup level one, in the manifest. Okay, see in the manifest. Okay,
Forget the manifest. Doesn't matter. Manifest is not important here.
okay,
I'm saying the barcode you scanned
yeah,
gave you
yeah.
startup level one.
But Manik, one more thing that is not validated, right, Manik? Then how can we believe that? To be
What do you
frank,
mean it's not? What do you mean it's not validated?
okay, let me. Maha, can you share that QR code then? That web
Yes,
page.
sir.
Yeah. Here, see. Okay, this is the URL we are passing, and we are scanning this QR code. Then how do we know that uh, that that the QR code scanned is a valid one?
What does that mean? How do we know it's a valid one?
Manik, I'll explain here. So, for example, forget about this lesson QR. If it is an activity QR, so before showing the activity to the user, we need to know if the user has unlocked that product ID. So what we have here is content ID. So we need to know if this content ID belongs to a product which the user has unlocked.
So where
So
is the relation between the content ID and product ID?
we'll get it from an API.
Which API?
Mark, can you show the manifest?
No, no, don't show me the manifest. I don't want to see the manifest. I told you, manifest. Assume the manifest doesn't exist. Is there an API where you get a list of products the user has access to?
Yes, we have user products endpoint. So from where we'll get what all the products the user has access to.
Okay, so what does the manifest file do for you then? You have an API that says what products the user has access to. What does the manifest do for you then?
The manifest just shows what all the courses the app can deliver to the user.
Wait, what are
Apart
the
from
courses
whether
now? Where did the course come from? We were talking about products, right?
yes,
So what is a course then?
the course startup level one is a product.
I don't. Okay, we need to stop calling it startup level one. Startup level, I thought was the content ID. It's not the product.
Well, okay, in this case, it is the content ID as well.
So you gotta stop using that name. I don't think like either you don't know what you're talking about or you're not able to explain to me.
Okay,
As an
let me try to
application,
explain it.
oh, start the application, please. Can some one of you start the application?
Yes,
Like
let me
I
share my
last
screen.
time we spoke, I thought you all had good clarity on this. Today it's seemingly like almost no one is able to say anything.
I'm sharing my screen, man.
Okay.
Uh, so this page you're seeing, we
Okay.
get
So
this detail.
stop 1 second. Are you logged in right now or are you logged out?
I'm logged out.
Can you go to my profile?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Come back to the courses tab.
Yes.
Okay. What are you showing here?
So these are what we call as courses. So this data we'll get from the manifest.
This data is coming from the manifest. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Stay with me, please. Okay, I'm also gonna share my screen just so you guys know. All right, now this data here, uh, from the manifest, this, okay, this is from the manifest, correct? So is this the case even if I'm logged in? I always show the manifest file here.
Yes.
Okay, so the manifest file, can anybody put the link of that here? What is this? All right. Can anyone put the link of the manifest file on the chat?
Yeah, I'll put that. Yeah.
Okay, so here, this should show me startup and gold XP. Those are the only two things I should see.
Yes, Manik.
Okay, now this is the icon you're getting, which is fine. So let's not worry about the icon about PEF question because it's
Okay.
a fully qualified URL.
Okay.
We are enabling this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now whether I'm logged in or not, this is what I get, yes? Even a logged in user will see this?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So let's go to the next screen. What does the next screen do?
Manik, my connection is very poor, so I just stopped sharing.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Can you share?
Yeah, I'll share it.
So this is, are we calling this products or are we calling these courses? What are they?
We are calling this courses.
Courses. Okay. On the next tab, are we showing products? Next screen.
Just a
Yes.
minute, Manik. I'm just let me share my screen. So is it visible, Manik?
Yeah, 1 second.
So if I tap on that course startup, I'll get this startup level.
Just pick one.
We'll call these as products, Manik.
What do you mean?
So this startup level 1 is a product, startup level 2 is a product.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so under the
Startup.
courses, you
Course.
have
Yeah.
products. Okay.
Yes.
All right, 1 second. Okay. So we got the products now.
Yeah.
Okay, so these products, and I'm going to show you this. I assume that you call some API with this identifier under course to get list of products.
Uh, no, Manik.
Manifest ID is the product ID, right?
Yes, this
Yeah.
is the product ID. What you have highlighted is the product ID.
And this is what you pass back to one of the Apigee APIs to say, give me products for this course.
No,
No?
Manik. This product ID will get content ID. So each product will have a content ID. and we'll
Each
get that
product
content
has.
ID.
So where did you get the content ID from?
In APG, we don't have for that, but in PEP actually we'll be doing that. In APG, we are going for that directly. Let me
In
show that.
APG, you will be going for that directly. I
Yes.
have no idea what that means.
Okay.
What do you mean in APG we'll be going for that directly?
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah. So just a minute. Yeah, this thing one. So if I put the product ID
No, but
inside
that's
this,
not the product ID, right? That's a course ID.
no, only, no, yeah, that's what,
From
if,
manifest, you got the course ID, right?
yeah, if I put that course ID, I will get the content ID here.
Where?
See here, Manik, in this result in the right side, you can see.
Which? What is the content ID?
Yeah, here, this is the content ID.
When you say here, my dear, I'm not able to see
No,
your
no.
cursor, so you gotta speak up.
Okay, I have highlighted, but it's not visible. That's why.
Okay, it's not visible. Just point. Give me the line number you're talking about.
26 in the right side.
Line number 26 is the content ID.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. And okay, so
Yeah.
so each course, what what AP, what is the name of this API? What are you doing here?
Just I need to
It
pick up
seems like
the.
you're getting a product for an identifier.
No, this what they have mentioned. That is, I need to take the course ID, and I need
Don't. Oh,
to.
sorry, I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah.
Do not explain to me what the API does. I'm asking you, if you have to tell somebody call API,
Okay.
that API should have a name, right?
Yes.
What is the name of this API?
No, we got like content. We in order to get the content ID, we need to hit this.
Oh
That's it.
my God. I'm not asking you to tell me why you're calling it. I'm asking you, what is it? What is the API? Is it a login API? Is it authentication API? Is it courses API? Products API? What the hell is it?
Product API.
It's a
Product.
product API. Are you
Yes.
getting the product or are you getting the course? It's a get API, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what are you getting?
Um, the main thing is about that is the content
I have
ID
not,
and the
don't say
product icon.
content ID.
Product icon.
I don't care about the content ID. I'm asking what is the data under result?
Okay.
Line number 3, result is a data structure. What does
Yes.
the data structure represent? Startup level 1. That's a product, right?
Yeah, this value.
Yes.
You're telling line number 10.
What? Okay, go back to your simulator.
Yeah.
There are two things here. Startup level 1. Sorry,
Okay.
there is a startup level 1.
Yeah.
What is that startup hyphen level hyphen 1? Where did you get that data from?
Yeah, that is the thing in manifest tag.
Why are
Tag.
you putting manifest tag on the UI?
Tag name. So below, is there any description kind of thing? That's what
But why are you
this
putting the
story.
tag name of the manifest file? Is that a requirement from product?
No, David has
That
seen.
doesn't make sense.
Okay.
This existed before manifest file was introduced.
Moni, sorry, you're asking about the startup level one or above the startup?
I said startup hyphen level hyphen one. You're getting it from the manifest file. I know that. I can see it.
Yeah.
Well, why are you showing manifest file here? Scroll up. What is that? What is certain little card below?
Yeah, that's it. Two levels.
Okay, now where? Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
That title, startup, on the two cards,
Yeah.
and startup hyphen one and startup hyphen two. Where did
Yeah.
you get that data from? What is that data represent?
This is we are getting some answers, but
So I clicked on startup
yeah,
on the courses tab,
yeah,
and you are telling me that you called the API that you are showing me on your screen. Yes.
yeah.
Based on this, based on your UI, you should have two cards, but the API feed you're showing me is only showing one item. Under result, you have a single item, right?
Um,
Manik, this page that you're seeing in the simulator is also coming from manifest. So on click of this startup level one, we'll call the API that is shown and we'll fetch the content ID. And with that content ID, we'll hit another API to get the content JSON with which we display the data which is contained in startup level one.
What?
That is how we got it from Pep.
I have no idea what you just did. Can you go again?
So when I tap on startup level one, so I'll get this. I'll hit this endpoint that Ram has
I don't
shown.
care. Get out of the screen.
okay. Yeah.
First, you have to explain to me this screen before you go to the next one, right? How did you construct this screen? What data is feeding this?
Manifest.
This is coming from the manifest file.
Yes. Ram, can you go to the manifest for a second?
No, I got it here.
Okay. So
Okay, so the top screen is carrying this name and this name. The next screen is carrying the levels.
yes, this tag is what you see over there in
Startup
the
level.
second thing.
Okay. Has David seen this?
Yes.
And he's okay with this?
Yeah.
For now, he has put it as such, but we need to change it.
Garbage. This is ridiculous. Here, do me a favor. Come on, guys. Don't understand. Why do I need to fix things like this for you? I don't care. I will never understand this. You do realize I can cancel your release, right? Based on what I'm seeing. Bring up your simulator again.
Yeah.
Okay, stay there. Okay, this is courses manifest dot series. This is levels manifest dot series. That's what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this difficult for you to tell me? We haven't even hit an API just yet. Okay. Now when you click one of this, what happens next? Let's return back to this garbage information you're showing on the screen. I have no idea why David hasn't spoken up. Okay, what happens next?
Ram,
You
can
going to
you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So on yeah.
Yeah.
So on click of that level, any of the levels, we'll get the product ID. This ID in the endpoint product slash 1D27, that ID is also coming from the manifest.
Which value is that?
And
Is that
in
the
the
level.id?
in the manifest we
Yes,
have this
yes,
ID.
yes, yes, Manik. Level.id. Yes.
Okay, level.id, that's the one.
Yep.
We put this ID in this endpoint and we'll get the content ID for that product, which is startup level 1 in this case. And again,
Okay.
we'll take this content ID and another
No,
endpoint.
one step at a
From it.
time. One step at a time. So you took the level.id from
Yeah.
the manifest
Yeah.
and you called this API product slash level.id.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, show me the simulator. Trying to find where the lesson actually resides.
No, still no lesson. Not it came, Manik. After clicking on startup level 1 only, we'll go to that lesson.
Yeah, click
What
that.
we
Go for it.
yeah.
Loading product details.
Yeah.
Okay, what are these? These are units or these are lessons?
This all together we call
You,
this as the content.
Okay, what API did you call to get this screen?
yes, Manik. After that is putting this, there is course ID, and we'll be getting the content ID from this result. So while putting this content ID inside this API, I will be getting the latest version of the product I have clicked. See, for an example, inside GXP level 1, the latest version is 1.0.0. So using this version, I need to hit this API 1.0.0. I'll be getting this content.
Oh, bloody hell. So you have to call, so first you have to call the latest version API, then you have to call the next API to get the
Yes,
descendants of level 1.
yeah, exactly.
What is descendants level slash 3? Where did you get the level slash 3 from?
No, this is the endpoint actually. This is the endpoint we have got.
The endpoint is hard coded as descendant slash level slash 3.
Yes.
Oh, bloody hell. Can you, okay, go on your UI and go into the GXP one so that we can
Yeah,
compare data to what you're showing me.
yeah, sure.
Step out and
Just
go back
go,
to GXP.
yeah, GXP. And this GXP level 1 and mapping on the,
When you came in, I saw 2 cards.
yeah.
Why? When you first opened GXP, I saw 2 cards there from startup. Why?
No, inside startup we have two products, startup level 1 and startup level 2.
I know.
But in
Click startup. Click startup.
okay, to money. Which one?
Okay, go back out.
Yeah,
Click GXP.
yeah.
Is your application caching any data?
Image I'm catching. Image
Can you
alone.
reset? Can you reset your simulator, please? I think I saw an error.
Okay.
That's fine. We'll come back. Go into GXP. We'll come back to this.
Yeah. You're telling. Yeah.
Okay. Now this is the data on the right hand side, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Let me see. Unit 1. I need an umbrella. I see it. and children will be the lessons. Got it. Okay. So now if I have to open this lesson,
Okay.
yeah, using a barcode, can you show me what that barcode will look like? What is the URL of that barcode?
Maha, can you?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I'll stop share.
Yeah, it will be yes.
Let me know once you have your screen up. In the meanwhile, I'm doing something on my screen.
And share my screen. Is my screen visible, Manik?
Yeah, but I'm not looking at it. Hold on one second.
Oh, no, no, it's
Okay, I share.
now your screen is not up.
Yes, now my screen is visible.
Yes, Maha.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at it. Please wait. Okay. Tell me now. It'll say gold XP level 1 and a
And
unit number.
unit ID and lesson ID will be here.
Maha,
Okay.
it is GXP level 1 or Gold XP level 1?
It's fine. One of those, right? The content ID is what changes. Okay. Can I bring you guys back to my screen for a sec? Okay. Now, when I clicked here, like I saw series, then I clicked on level, and then I called get product detail with this from where I got content ID, right?
Yes, Manik.
Okay. Then what did you do? You called some get latest version API?
Yes, latest content version.
Okay. Then you called come on. Why does it keep creating a new one? Oh, bloody hell. What was it called? Get
Latest content.
latest content version. And there you said received 1.0.0. Okay. Okay. And from there you called another API that said get what?
To get the actual content.
Get content by content ID plus version. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. This gives you, oh, sorry. This gives you units plus lessons plus activities.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, okay. So when we are scanning a barcode, we get the content ID, unit ID, and lesson ID. That's what we get.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
Manik.
Okay. Sorry. Content ID, unit ID, lesson ID. Okay. But in order to get to a content ID, you need to get to a product in order to get, oh, sorry, before you can get to the content. So you have a content ID here,
Yes.
right? So you could directly do this here, right? Basically this. This is what you could do, right?
No, Manik.
You already got the
There
content ID.
is one case where we need to know if the user has access to that product. So each startup level 1 or level 2, any product has to be first unlocked by the user in order to open
No,
any
but
activity.
until now you didn't even click on any access. Everything is public, right? This is public. This is public. So wherever you received the content ID from,
Mhm.
oh sorry, you
Uh,
called you. Yeah, where did you see that the content, product content is available or not?
Manik, one more thing. The one more scenario is actually before coming all those tappings, that is startup level one, and then you are going to the content. The scenario is user directly going to the scan tab and scans the thing.
Forget that for a second. Yeah, I'm not concerned about that yet. I'm asking you, when I clicked here, you did not check if I have access to anything or not. You just called this API, you called this API, and you called this API, and you showed me my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No access was checked. So why do you feel need to check access when I scan the barcode?
Uh, when we need this is just for displaying the units and lessons. There is another type of code where we open the activities directly. So for that case, we need to know before beforehand that if the user has access to it or not.
No,
So that code will
so
have.
this is okay. Bloody hell. How do you know that today? If I don't use barcode, how do you check? I just went through the entire journey with you. At no place did we check if user has access until this until we came to this screen, right? Sorry, not what is going on here? Until we came to this screen, we did not check if the user has access or not at all. Everything was public, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
till
when you
now,
change, so when you enter the barcode, enter at this level. So after this, the access will get checked.
yes, Manik, you're correct. But in this case, this is fine. But when we need to open, the user has to have access. He should have unlocked that product.
Yes. Okay. I don't know, man. You are not telling me the information. You're just telling me the problem.
No, Manik. See, if a user wants to scan the product, before scanning that, we need to give some access code and then unlock a product. Then only we'll be provided to
Uh,
that.
Like the product is here, right? Where until this stage, you did not check if the product was unlocked or locked. Please tell me that I'm right.
yes, Manik, you are correct.
Okay, so then why do you need to do that with the barcode? Enter at this level. Enter at this point in your workflow. So whatever you are checking after this will still get checked. I know, I get it. You gotta check it, but enter here. After this, at some point, you must be checking if user has access or not, right? This is where you're doing it.
Yes. Just a second, Manik. Let me just show you something else, and we'll come back here. Is it okay?
Hold on. Comment. Okay.
Ram, can you bring up the simulator?
Yeah. Is it just a minute? I'll share the screen. Yeah. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Manik, if you see here, so except the first unit is considered free for all the products. So if Ram, can you tap unit 2? So if you see this unit two's contents are grayed out, so the user cannot download it or open it. So
No, I know, but there is something in your data feed that's telling you to gray it out, right?
yes,
What is that?
this data would be when the user signs in, he will
I
have
don't
a
care.
set of
I'm asking you. Wait, what? Go again.
uh,
Sorry, I missed. I want to hear that.
yeah. So when the user signs in, he will have a set of products to his account. So if
Okay, based
the
on
product,
which you say, based on which you are showing grayed out or not, correct? Based on that list, you are deciding what is grayed out and what is not. Right? Hold on.
actually,
This
with
screen
the
that you are
before,
on, Ram,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yes.
This screen that you are on,
Yeah.
when you rendered this screen, where did you get the data from this screen?
No, LL by default, I guess, will be providing that unit one as be available and the remaining all the unit will be grayed out, right?
yes,
Yeah, that was the thing.
What does that mean?
No, no, that is for all the courses. That is Gold XP, and when I came inside Gold XP level one, in each and every product, we will be providing first unit as a free unit, and
I
remaining
am,
all.
my dear,
Yeah.
there is, what am I not doing right here? Something in your application is telling the UI that this is still locked,
yes,
based on which the UI is deciding to show it grayed out or not, right?
yes. That data is hard coded actually. Manik. So by default, only the unit one will be available, and
Oh, I
other
get
units
it.
will
But there is
grayed
some
out.
data that tells the, oh yeah, I get it. There is some data that tells the application bypass the hard coding because this user has access.
No, this not basically for the user. For all the things we'll be providing, first will be free and remaining all will be locked.
I am asking,
That,
oh, bloody hell. I get
Manik,
it.
so okay, Manik.
I get it.
You mean
Listen to what, gotta stop talking.
sorry,
Okay, can I have your full attention?
yes.
yes, Manik.
Okay, thank you. When the application starts up, ground zero, something in the application is telling that unit one is free, unit everything else is locked. When the user logs in and starts unlocking the products, something in the application is saying, okay, unit one was free, everything was locked, but here is why we should unlock unit two. Correct?
Yes,
Okay. That determination is made at this screen. This screen is asking something if the unit is locked or not. I don't get it. Sorry, guys, I can't help you. I give up. Last time we spoke, you guys had absolute clarity on what you were doing. Somehow, in the last 1 month, we spoke 1 month ago, I think. You can't, what you're doing with the manifest file, where you are removing the hyphens. Hold on, I will tell you this, yeah? I'll fix the problem for you right now. Manifest file. This is a broad manifest file. Okay, update your manifest file. You see that, actually, you can see it on my screen. Now it says startup level A, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I need you to make it work. So you can't actually, even this is not better, yeah? All right, there you go. Now you don't have a choice. So stop hacking. So now I want you to think about how your application is going to work. And I promise you, you will come up with the right idea. That tag is not for you to use to navigate the application.
Yeah, Manik, as we already mentioned, some issues with the updates, so we are on it, Manik. Actually, if we uninstall the app, it will show that tag here. Shall I do the uninstall?
Yeah, that tag should also, I don't know why. Why do you have some issues with update?
No, that's what we are working on. Just
No, every time the application starts, it should fetch a fresh manifest file.
uh, no, but David told when we click on back alone, we need to fetch the fresh thing.
Okay, I am telling you that every
Yeah.
time the application starts up, it needs to fetch the right manifest.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what David is saying.
Yeah, sure. No, that's okay. We mentioned. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now that manifest level has description and name, and that is what is supposed to show on your card. You understand?
Yeah.
Every time the application starts up, you gotta pull the fresh manifest file.
Yeah.
Why is it starting at course one every time you start?
That is, if the user sets for a default thing, next from the next time onwards, will be directly uh, moving to the content page.
Okay.
For an example, if the user just sets this as a default course, if a user has seen this thing, gold XP level 1, and if he kills and opens the app again, or he is coming for the next time, we'll be opening him directly to here.
That is fine. So anyway, every time the application starts up, you gotta get a new manifest file. Every time a new manifest file is available, this screen, the courses screen, and the levels screen
Okay.
has to refresh
Yeah.
because something might have been disabled or added.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm looking at if this is where I am, every time I open the download a new manifest file, this
Okay.
screen will refresh.
Okay.
Same thing goes with the courses main dashboard.
Yes.
And you will not show here startup hyphen level hyphen one. Name and description need to be given.
Okay.
Don't take anything off of the manifest file and just put it on the UI. Nobody cares. Sorry, this is not your fault. This is David's fault. He needs to pay attention to this. But now you gotta make work with that manifest file, yeah? Series 1, level 1. So now you cannot rely on that for a that's not your content ID. I don't care what it looks like.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully, hoping, guys, next time we speak, you gotta have something is missing here. Every other time you've spoken, it's been very clear, but this time things been off. And what's happening is that either now we are working with APIs, things are becoming difficult to talk about. Give names to all APIs. So I don't need to know the URLs. I need to know the API name. Manik, we are calling here we are calling manifest and we are showing manifest series. Here we are calling manifest and showing manifest levels. Don't call them courses. If the data feed wants to call them levels, that's what you call them.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't say this is from manifest. These are courses from the manifest. Manifest doesn't have courses. Manifest has got series, and manifest has got a series has got levels.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Once you get in there, next screen is we are getting what are you getting? Product details.
Yeah.
In the manifest, a level represents a product. Yes? In
Yes.
manifest, a level represents a product, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then that's what we're doing. We are getting product details, where we're getting units and lessons and activities. Start using the right nomenclature. I know that you have to check unlocked or locked, but it doesn't matter how much you've hard coded, how much you're not. But this screen is not the one. Is screen hard coding the data or is something else hard coding that data? Can you show me where that hard code is? That unit one is always available.
Okay.
From can you take the level JS?
Level JS.
Render,
Yeah.
yeah, render method.
Yeah.
Render method.
That's a UI class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're hard coding in the wrong place.
Line number 469.
If index is equal to 1 and level unlocked, touchable opacity. Wait. 469 is saying,
Sorry,
oh, if level is equal to 1 or it is not unlocked. Oh. So here you're actually not showing levels, you're showing units, right?
yes.
Okay, so this is this screen the list or is this screen the whole screen? This class.
This is the whole screen.
This is the whole screen, right? So this should be called product details rather than levels. Okay, anyway, here the product details needs to call some provider to get available units. That provider needs to decide what is available and what is not. This UI should always respect the data. Do you understand?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, now I'm not asking you to change this because now you're approaching a physical deadline. I'm asking you to be approach very cautiously. I don't want to have to cancel your release based on this problem. So I would like you to fix it, but that should not put your release at risk. If you can safely do it, please do. Otherwise, leave it be and just patch it up and we'll tackle it later. What is levels list on the left hand side?
That is the previous screen.
Sorry?
This is the previous screen to the.
This.
So why are you not? So this is levels, yeah? This we know is series levels. But once you go in there, then you're not showing levels anymore. You're showing level details or product details. Also, by the way, I'm not sure who's code reviewing this. Under components, why are half the screens JavaScript files with lowercase and other with uppercase, camel case letters? For example, my profile versus my courses, no idea. Media player, all sort of random naming. Why?
We will change it, Manik.
Okay. Well, guys, you got to start paying attention to all these things. Yeah, I mean, I understand you're trying to just get things done, but at the same time, one of you got to keep an eye on the structure overall, because I am not interested in doing this work for you. Your code base needs to be able to talk about the app, so I can look at the code base and say, okay, I want to look at where I'm showing my units. How do I find where my units are? Things of that nature. If I want to look at where am I showing my activities, how do I find where my activities are? That's activity.js, right?
Yeah.
So the wait, activities activity versus activity detail. What is that?
The thing. So this is.
And when you open an activity, it will be displayed from the activity details.
Okay, so what is activity.js?
The page that you're currently seeing. Contents inside a lesson. What are the activities inside of a lesson?
So this right now, the screen that I'm looking at is activity.js.
Yes.
Okay, we could have easily called it lesson details.js or activities.js, plural. That way we know that it is talking about a list. But anyway, some things to be mindful about when you're constructing your project. Right now, if one of you, whoever wrote that file, decides to go on a vacation, rest of the team won't be able to figure out what's going on. Okay, anyway, close the code base, man. I'm gonna keep going at it. I keep looking at close the code base. So that manifest file is only go back to the courses dashboard, please. The manifest file is strictly for driving this screen alone. Yeah. When you go one level down, go into startup or GXP, whatever that is, and driving this screen. That's it. Beyond this point, it doesn't want to drive anything else. You understand? So the tags in there are not for driving any other logic. I don't know why you decided, oh, let's just remove hyphens. Because, hey, guess what? It will work. That was a poor decision. Whoever made it, I don't have to know, but that was a poor decision. Now I have broken your manifest beyond any logic you can write around it. Okay, so you will be forced to only make the right decision now. So figure out what that is, and then let's continue from there. The barcode is giving you the content ID. You don't need to go to the manifest to find a content ID. You already have it. You can drive rest of the logic from that point. After all, using manifest, you're doing exactly the same thing. Using manifest, you are hacking the tag to get the level ID, and then you are using the level ID to get to the content ID so you can get other things. But you had the content ID on step one. Just use it. Between step one and getting to the content ID, you did not check any access anywhere. The access checks happen after that, which means that you can use that content ID firsthand and then do your access checks at that level. So please revisit that choice. What you have now is not acceptable, and now it's not going to work anyway. So
Sorry,
yeah,
Manik, I have one small clarification. If I scan activity, I'll be checking whether the content is fetched. If not, I'll fetch and then automatically redirect to the activity detail page. In that
yes.
case, I'll be checking whether the user has access to the particular activity, whether he has unlocked the product or he has to unlock the product. In
Yeah.
that case, I need the product ID. I from where in this case, in which situation I will be able to check whether the user has access to this product, particular product or not.
Based on what you're showing me, every user has access to every product based on what you are showing me. We are not
Manik,
worried
if
about
the
access.
user has
Hold on. Based on the data you gave me, first screen series, second screen levels. Levels is what is products. Every user has access to that because it is public, given by manifest file. So why do you need to check if the user has access to the product? He already does.
Manik, let me just add one more point here. Till the point that he can browse the lesson details, it is public. Everyone can need to sign in, nothing required. But at the moment the user needs to download a product, download some activity, he needs to have access to it, except the unit one. Yes.
No, I get you, right? Now,
Yeah.
how will you decide if barcode I scanned is for unit one? How will you know that? Please don't tell me you're going to compare array indexes. Scan
If
through the units, and if it is happens to be on array index 0, then I have access. UI cannot make that decision.
no, Manik, we are not doing like that. When so for the case that now we have tapped and gone inside startup level gold XP1, and the user is now scanning the gold XP code. Now we'll be having the content JSON fetched already. So from that we'll check the product ID for it and compare it. Maha, am
If
I
you need
correct?
it, okay, so then what you need to do is tell David to add the content IDs to the manifest file as a
Oh,
property, but you can't hijack tag. If you need
yes.
product ID
yes,
to content ID mapping, then have David add content ID to the manifest field.
Yes, Manik. So
yes,
about
Manik.
that, Maha, let me
Okay,
just
do that.
David, Manik. So we had already asked for that to David. So for that, what he had said was the content ID will keep changing.
That's his
So when
problem to solve, not yours. If the logic of the application requires you to know the product ID for a content ID, from a content ID you from a product ID you can get to content ID,
yes,
but from a content ID if you need some mapping, either
mm,
David needs to give you an API or David needs to put the content ID in the manifest file.
okay.
If
This is what
content, and here's the other logic, right? If the content ID is going to keep changing, then why on earth are you printing barcodes with content ID? What happens if the barcode is for the old content ID? Now what? Barcode has been printed. I already purchased the book. I saw the barcode. I scan it, and it's not going to work because somebody, some wise ass, decided to change the content ID. That is not your problem to solve. What you need is a mapping. Either David needs to give you an API or he needs to declare that content ID in the manifest file. But you are not going to hijack another field to manipulate the hyphens to make it look like a content ID.
okay.
Make sense?
Yes, Manik. Actually,
Okay,
we had
then
already asked for this exact mapping, but he just simply said that we'll not be getting it, so we have to make
it cannot. Then
call.
right now, as of right now, the way I broke your manifest file, the job cannot be done. So you can say that the requirement cannot be met. End of story.
Okay, Manik.
Right?
Okay, Manik.
Yeah. He's saying don't use the content ID from manifest file, but use the content ID from barcode. But check the access, which I can't tell you. Okay, then why have the requirement? Go back and say it cannot be done.
Okay, okay, Manik.
Yeah, if he says to you, you have to figure out another way, tell him that we have investigated all other ways. There is nothing else.
Okay, okay, Manik.
But stop hacking. David should not be able to push you to hack your code.
Okay,
Okay, those hacks are your decisions, your failures, and your successes. The only person who gets to override is me, no one else. Otherwise, it's your decision. Right? So if something like that happens, you can tell him that we are deciding not to hack, and he cannot push you to hack. Only I can. But if you decide to hack, I need you to own the decision and the responsibility for the hack. So in this case, if one of you were to say, yeah, but David told us to do it, I don't care. It is your problem that you decided to hijack the tag. Yes?
yes, Manik.
All right. You'll be able to carry this forward now?
Yes, Manik. We'll get
All
this to
right.
David and we'll proceed.
Okay. All right. Heard a lot of excitement when I said that put content ID in the manifest. So if that's what you're excited about, just get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's gonna if David says it's gonna keep changing, then he should know that barcode scanning is never going to work.
Okay.
Show me that data feed. Pull up one of your screens again. Show me the data feed where you are calling, where you are passing the content ID and version to get levels and units and whatever lessons, units, and activities. Show me that API again.
Ram, can you share your screen?
Yeah. Manik, you want the code or you need an API?
No, I need to see your API and data response.
Okay. In scan or this product type?
What? No, not scan. I need to look at. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
See, this is why when you don't have names to your APIs, I can't even talk to you.
Ram, first share your screen.
I don't know what to
I'm
tell you.
sorry, really. Yeah. Is that screen visible, Manik?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, I thought I was sharing screen.
No, that's fine. In this field, GXP level 1 is the content ID. Can you copy that JSON file for me?
Yeah.
On the one on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Send it to me on Slack. This is from production or staging? This is from staging.
Shall
Don't
I?
put it on Google. Slack, please. Don't put it on Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
Must to copy.
Okay, Elil, can you forward to Manik?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, back to my screen. Okay, in this, oh bloody hell, Ramwar, you need to put these kind of three quotes in your message and then paste it. Yeah, I don't know what you. Hold on, what happened? Hold on, never mind. Let me see if I can copy it again.
No, it's not JSON itself. I can show you.
I don't know what happened here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so never mind, never mind. I can see it here. You can see my Slack, yes?
Yes.
Okay. In this feed, where is the is anything that is saying that this is the feed for a specific content ID? GXP level 1 is what we are looking for. Nothing here says. Is any of this giving you a product ID? What is this?
No. That is the content ID for gold XP.
So gold XP level 1 is this is the content ID for that.
Yes.
And this does not match the manifest.level ID.
Yes, exactly.
But there is a one-to-one mapping between the manifest level ID to this content ID.
Yes, through that.
Okay. All right, this is fine. Tell David that he has to put the manifest ID in the or content ID in the epic. Where is David email? Scanning code. This is the API, right?
Yes.
Is this okay?
Yes, Manik.
One of you needs to be able to say things like this. Doesn't matter who. One of you out of the 5, 6 people on the team needs to be able to say things like this. Because until so far, I don't see any such clarity. All I see is concerns and questions and whatever. Okay. All right, guys. I think that's enough for today, yeah? Yes?
Okay, Manik. So we are done with the discussion, right?
Yeah, I just need you to make sure that you're not using the tag from the manifest. And at time of displaying the levels in the series, you are using name and description as I added and not showing whatever you're showing now. Tag is not for display on the screen. Never.
Okay,
Yes?
Manik.
All right, cool. Thank you, guys.
Manik, we just have one more announcement.
Yes.
So tomorrow is a big day for Mahalakshmi. It's her engagement function.
Oh,
So
nice. Congratulations.
yeah, she's on leave today, but she insisted to join this call. So thanks, Maha, for your commitment and staying up late. And our best wishes for your engagement.
Thank you, Kalpana.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Manik.
All right, guys. We'll see you. By the way, I am in Chennai in second week of May, Monday and Tuesday. And what I would like to do is make sure that we get some one-on-one time together as a team. And there is already going to be a session with Pulse and Reader Plus team. I'll make sure that you guys are party to that discussion. It doesn't have to be very specifically about your products, but more about how you are growing and where you see your role to be going and whatnot. And Ashish will be with me, so you can think about any concerns, highlights that you want to share at that time.
Okay, Manik.
Right. Kalpana, you, Ched, and Ram should speak so that you have specific agenda items formulated and speak to your respective teams where you can bring their concerns or any highlights to the table in a formatted way. However, the teams are encouraged to share details with you. If they don't feel comfortable sharing with you or Ram or Ched, then please make sure that you speak to me and Ashish while we are there in person. If you don't raise a concern, nothing is going to happen. Yeah?
Okay, Manik.
All right, guys. Thank you. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Manik. Thank you, team. Bye. Bye.
வச்சு செஞ்சுட்டாரு. செம்ம